What's up, fellow collectors? What's up, fellow comic book collectors? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I'll be a curator today. You guys got another fun one for you today. Throw you guys a curveball today. All you comic book geeks and fans out there, I want to take you back in time to when reading comic books was the national pastime if you were a kid, growing up in the 1970s and early 1980s. It was really fun. But a really cool aspect of comic books, I think, doesn't get nearly enough attention. And that's the advertisement sections of the comic books. I mean, I enjoyed reading the advertisement and parts of the comic book probably more than the comic book itself at times. And that's saying a lot. And this is where we would order all of those cool things. Well, we would get our mom and our dad, our parents, guys, to order us a ton of stuff out of the comic books. These, cut along the lines, pages wouldn't last. Your comic book simply wouldn't last. And as you can see, some comic book advertisements didn't age well. And some did. Take your favorite superheroes to school. Book covers that fit. And I can't tell you how many of these things I filled out and cut out to give to my parents with the hopes that they would get it for me. This is what we're doing today, guys, in the M.I.B. Master Toy Museum. I just pulled out a lot of my old comic books and said, let's just take a look at the advertisements in these comic books. And some of these advertisements, guys, will just immediately take you right back to your childhood. They probably stick right in your mind, like this karate one. Back in the 1970s and early 80s when karate was, there was every other movie was a karate movie coming out, a Chuck Norris movie or Jackie Chan movie. The Kung Fu Theater on Saturday afternoons. Come on, guys, you remember that. The coolest aspect, I thought, and the most clever aspect of comic book advertisement was combining a really cool product with a really cool superhero. And Spider-Man, here we see, this is a Hostess Twinkie advertisement. But you couldn't go wrong because it was like getting a comic book within a comic book. As you can see, The Fly. Spider-Man is a prisoner of the villain called The Fly. Spidey's got himself in a jam here. Spidey gets out of it. His Spidey senses is tingling. Spidey gives up, but offers the famous Hostess Twinkie and his utility belt. And who can resist a Hostess Twinkie? And guys, trust me, back in the 70s, the Hostess Twinkies were delicious. Way better than the Twinkies now. Spidey wins the day, guys. The Hostess Twinkie. Let's check some more advertisements out. And we're back. You guys remember this? These awesome. They're like flyers, kite flyers. At last, you can fly, Superman. Fly your favorite sky hero to the rescue. There's Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and Captain America. Each with its own launcher. You zoom them as high as 35 feet in the air. Their capes open, and they fly like nothing you've ever seen before. Swooping, turning, looping, diving, and they're Mark's toys, so you know they're fun. And I've seen this advertisement, as you can see, it's from 1977. I've seen this advertisement, hundreds of times, and I never knew that Mark's Toys created this. Guys, did you have this when you were a kid? Do you remember these guys? Somebody asked me a while back, do I consider comic books a part of the toy kingdom or toy community? And I absolutely yes, 100% yes. They evoked that same excitement, that same toy feel that I got when I went into a toy store. No different than I went into the corner store and went right to the comic book rack. Same feeling, guys, and I know all of you guys can attest to that. This is really cool, though. Play 1977 Big League Baseball games. So always send for free sample offer now. And guys, it smells like 1977. This is my Metal Man comic book, by the way. It's one of my favorite DC comics, especially back in the 1970s. What to sink your teeth into when you're hungry and you're not a werewolf. The old Slim Jim advertisements. A little less than a meal, a little more than a snack. The old smoked beef snacks. And Slim Jim's been around for a long time. Some more cool advertisements. I remember this one. The old X-ray vision glasses. My parents wouldn't allow me to get those. Potato gun. The old sneezing powder. I had a friend that got that. It didn't work though, guys. The magic soap powder. Flesh-eating plants. It was fun ordering this stuff because you thought everything worked. And it didn't. The free Hypno coin. This brings back the red hot pepper gum. Now, who would be cruel enough to give their friend, well, I guess you wouldn't give it to your friend then, right? Okay. I think I answered my own question. The old joy buzzer there. That was always a big party favor there. Make money fast. No risk, no investment. Too good to be true, right? And it generally was too good to be true. Let's see what else this comic book has. Oh, here's some more cool stuff here. The Neal Adams Treasury. A fantastic display of the work of Neal Adams, who recently passed away, including a checklist, a must for every Adams admirer. And he was so popular then. He was still popular now. He's iconic now. Get your teeth super clean. And who didn't have these guys? A Batman toothbrush and a Superman toothbrush. Each comes complete with 2 brushes and is battery operated. Specially priced $4.95 plus 50 cents. Was that shipping? Muscles Fast free book. What kid didn't want this? Everybody wanted to be the guy with all the muscles walking around school. And then you have your upcoming comic books. Why is Ragman on a rampage against crime? Fantastic and very misunderstood superhero, Ragman. Find out in Ragman number 5, on sale March 22nd. Then you had your DC specials here. You remember the Challengers? The Changing Man. Who remembers this advertisement? Who or what is the Changing Man? A new kind of superhero from Steve Ditko and DC. I need to do my research on this guy. But this was an advertisement that I saw all the time as a kid. And it's so fun to go back to seeing this. My Metal Man book, they have a lot of awesome advertisements in it. This is from 1977. 3 complete fishing outfits. For all you big fishermen. The prices were crazy back then. All 3 outfits for $12.95. More awesome superhero introduction advertisements. One of my favorite books here. The old I never stopped eating, yet I lost 18 pounds in 15 days. And we all believed it. As a kid, I didn't have a weight problem when I was a kid. How cool is this? The new Batman miniatures by Corgi. Everything was hand drawn. It wasn't the actual picture of the actual Corgi vehicles. These were all hand drawn, comic book style, which made perfect sense if you were a kid in the 1970s reading comic books. This was a fantastic way, excuse me guys, I'm getting choked up over here, fantastic way of reaching out to the younger demographic through comic books. We were going to read comic books, guys. Super patches. There's the cutout. You fill it out. You mark the boxes, check the boxes what you want. You can't lose. And the Corgi now, these vehicles are probably extremely expensive. Still probably mint on card or mint in box or however they were packaged and sold at retails back then, or you could write in for them. Extremely expensive now on the secondary market, especially in M.I.B. condition. This is one of my favorite advertisements of all time. The 100-piece toy soldier set for $1.75. Let's see, what did you get here? And each foot locker contains 4 tanks, 4 jeeps, 4 battleships, 4 cruisers, 4 sailors, 4 riflemen, 8 machine gunners, 8 sharpshooters, 4 infantrymen, 8 officers, 8 waves. What's that, 8 whacks? 4 bombers, 4 trucks, 8 jet planes, 8 cannons, 4 bazooka men, and 4 marksmen. And they just want you to understand, this is an imaginary battle scene that was shown here. But it worked. And you got it in this footlocker here. Made of durable plastic, each with its own base. Fantastic. I got a video on my Timmy Army Men bag of Army Men set. 100 pieces. Check that out, guys. Wasn't it cool being a kid in the 1970s and early 1980s? The old rubber-powered flyers. You guys remember those? Good old days, guys. Let's check something else out, guys. Let's go to another book. Your thoughts, guys, your opinions. Is any of this bringing you back to your childhood? We want to hear all of that. Right in the comment section, guys. right underneath this video. Hold on for half a second. And we're back, guys. More awesome advertisements from comic books. Prizes or cash. Look at all the awesome things you could sell or earn. So this is from the 80s. You see the Cabbage Patch craze was there. Polaroid. A Casio alarm watch. Look at the Magnavox 5-inch TV, AM, FM radio. Radio controlled Corvette. Guys, the prices were endless. G walkie-talkie set with Morse code. And all you had to do was sell 17 items to get that. As you can see, this is from 1986. A Curb Cruiser. Milton Bradley Robotics. So this is one of those deals where you sell so many and you could afford these different items. Remote control Remobot. Sell 9 items. Go, go, go with Captain O. Pick your prize from Olympics free full color prize catalog or keep cash. $1 for every item sold. It's easy to earn prizes. And as kids, that's what we did. We mowed lawns. We had paper routes. You name it. That's what we did in the 70s and the 80s to earn money. And a lot of it went to stuff just like this. I spent a lot of money in these books here. This is a Secret Wars Part 2. Secret Wars 2, I should say. Comic book. Looking at the Beyonder there. The most powerful entity in all the universe. Didn't have a lot of advertisements though in his book. You remember when the new universe, and they're making a big deal about the new universe. I need to get some of those books, guys. That's a big comic book ad for the new universe. It's gonna create a new universe, a new Marvel universe, and everybody was really talking about it. It was kind of like the whole Coca-Cola changing its formula. It was kind of like that, and a lot of the Marvel purists didn't want a new universe, but that's what we were going to get. They were going to try to change up the game in 1986, and some of the titles, some of the books did pretty good. Here's a really fun one right here. Everyone's bonked out by the new chewy chocolate bonkers. Remember that commercial where the giant fruit falling down and landing on the mom and her husband and her kids? And he had like 3 flavors here: watermelon, strawberry, and the new chewy chocolate. Do they still sell these? That's what I would like to know. Bonkers. We talked about that new universe, those new books coming out, and this was a form that you could fill out to order them. And here are some of the titles: Star Brand, Spitfire and the Troubleshooters, Cyforce, Night Mask, Kickers Incorporated, Merc, DP7, and Justice. I had all those books. Star Brand was really cool. Um, Kickers Incorporated, Merc was good. DP7, all of them were good, but Cyforce was good too. But um, Star Brand was one of my favorites. He's a solo act. And there's that, another one of those advertisements there again. And as you can see, that the new universe was really big. They're really pushing it. They wanted everybody in on it. And what would a comic book be without a Mile High Comics advertisement? And here we would take our books and we would kind of check out our books and see how much they were worth, which was always fun if you had a handful of comic books. This is where we would grade our books and see exactly what they were going for, which was really fun. Didn't matter if your Hawkeye 1 through 4 book was beat all up and stuff. You still thought it was worth a $1.50, right? It didn't make a difference. Not when we were kids. We were just happy to have the book, the title, and to know it had some value, some sense of value to it. Classic X-Men. The Jolly Rancher candies. Guys, you remember the Jolly Ranchers sticks? What are you saying? Now you can win for a free Jolly Rancher Murray team sticker. Oh, okay. Back when those BMX bikes were a big deal. And everybody had one of these bikes growing up. Guys, what do you think? What do you think about our little venture down memory lane in comic book land? Your thoughts, guys. Were there any advertisements that you can remember that you didn't see in this video? Let us know in the comment section, guys. We just wanted to have a little fun today with you, hanging out with some of our awesome comic books here with our awesome subscribers and viewership here in the museum. You know the routine, guys. We'll be back with more fun. Stay safe. God bless. And keep collecting.